Hey folks, tonight's episode of Live from My Mother's Basement is sponsored by Regina's Pizza in Akron, Ohio. The family's been selling pizza for 50 years. Look them up at reginaspizza.com or give them a call. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Live from My Mother's Basement. Here we are in the real basement. That's right. We're in a small town that I talk about all the time, where I love to do the morning walk. This is Scotch Plains, New Jersey. I'm in the basement of the house that I grew up in, remodeled, yet the bar still looks like it did when it was built in the 1940s. So I hope everybody's ready to hang out and chat with me a little bit. Unfortunately, my guest tonight, who is Joe Gorga from the Jersey Housewives, couldn't make it, unfortunately, yet he and I are doing a very big show this coming Thursday night, June 23, at the Vogel Theater inside the Count Basie in Red Bank, New Jersey. So I hope you guys will join us. We're going to be down there kicking it, having some fun. So here I am tonight, hanging out with you. I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. Hope you guys can hear me. Hope you guys will watch. Hope you guys will stay tuned. Nick's Food and Stuff says, you're in Scotch Plains, and I'm Joey Cal's favorite drink in Scotch. Oh, okay. Great for you. Good. Hang out, guys. We're going to do a little 45-minute of chit-chatting. A lot of shit going on in the news today that I'm going to make fun of. And there's my man, Massimo Batista. And, yeah, well, kind of had a funny feeling that Joe wasn't going to make it down to the podcast tonight. I'm sure he's all nervous about what we're going to do on Thursday night, but I hope you guys are going to be there to hang out with the show. We're actually filming the show that I'm doing live in front of a real audience. That's this Thursday night, June 23rd, 7:30, at the world-famous Count Basie Theater in Red Bank, New Jersey. Now, if you know anything about this theater, of course, it's named after the real Count Basie, who supposedly is from that area. I don't know if it was Red Bank or Asbury Park, but that's what's going on. Some of the biggest entertainers in the world perform at the Count Basie. This is going to be my 5th performance at the Count Basie. During the pandemic, they opened up a little spot next to the actual theater called the Vogel, which seats 350 people. We're just about sold out. So if you want to get some tickets, there are some tickets left. You can go to thecountbasie.org, the Vogel. You can go to Michael Martucci concerts. You can go to MikeMarino.net, or you can go to the Real Joe Gorga Comedy and get yourself some tickets. That's this Thursday night at 7:30 at the Vogel Theater inside the Count Basie Theater in Red Bank, New Jersey. Before I go any further, I want to thank my sponsor for tonight's show, who sponsored many of my shows. He's also a good friend of Joe Gorga because we all went to a show in upstate New York. I believe it was Buffalo. And Robert Catalano came to the show. He is the owner of Regina's Pizza in Akron, Ohio. They've been in business 52 years because this shirt is 2 years old, I believe. Regina's Pizza, Akron, Ohio. All right, you can see that shirt. Boom. And we're going to be eating pizza on the show tonight. Regina's Pizza, since 1970 in Akron, Ohio. They celebrated their 50th anniversary. Thank you so much, Robert Catalano and your wife, and everybody at Regina's Pizza for sponsoring tonight's show, some other shows, and a few other stuff that we're going to do. If you want to sponsor one of these shows, folks, all you have to do is write to my producer, Tatiana, at Mike Marino Entertainment at gmail.com, and we'll make that happen for you. Speaking of pizza, I do have some slices that I'm going to be having on the show tonight. I don't want to eat it right up front because then I'll be burping all along. But don't you just love an old school slice of pizza? Look, it's as plain when you go to a place in New Jersey and you say, hey, can I get a slice? They give it to you like this. You don't have to say like they say in California, can I have a cheese slice? May I have a cheese slice? It comes with cheese and sauce It's called a slice. I already was eating one. Oh, so good. One of the things that I'm not supposed to be having, because I wanted to lose a little weight, is pizza and Coca-Cola. These are Coca-Cola minis. I have minis at the bar in case somebody wants a rum and Coke. And I make a rum and Coke or whatever, right? So you don't want to waste the whole thing. But this is deadly. As soon as I have my pizza, I'm bloated. And then I go to sleep. Or smoke a little weed, then I go to sleep. Got to have a little weed before you go to sleep, make you sleep right through the night. That might not be such a good idea. Anyway, I'm having a slice of pizza and a can of Coke with you guys tonight down in the basement. I have so much shit I want to talk about. Let's see who's here. All right, well, listen, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to talk to everybody as soon as I get through some of the shit that I want to talk about. All right, you ready for this? I flew from California to New Jersey yesterday. The Uber car was $94. I've never seen anything like that in all the years I'm taking an Uber. To go from here to the airport is $25 to $35. Once I saw it at $50. To come from the airport, it's always $35, tops $50. When I programmed in Uber at the airport at 5 o'clock, 94, 110, or 125. And I'm like, fuck. They didn't have any cabs. Cab would have been like 55, 60 bucks. So I pressed the Uber, $94. There was no traffic. I got home in 20 minutes. Does anybody know how to complain? Because there's no phone number to call Uber. Couldn't find a phone number. And every time you program a question, hey, how can I get my money back? It says, was your driver late? Did your driver take the wrong road? Do you feel he was rude? It was all about how I felt about the fucking driver. I'm like, look, it's $94. Get somebody on the phone. This is way too much money. And even the driver said to me, what's the matter? And I said to him, this ride is $94. And he was saying, I don't believe it. That's too much money. He sounded just like that. I don't believe that's too much money. And then he smoked a cigarette. That's the way they smoke. They covered up their whole fucking mouth and it smelled like shit. I should have took a cab. But anyway, if anybody knows a phone number for Uber, please let me have it. I would love to get somebody on the phone and say, what the fuck, man? Now, is that because of the price of gas? But how could it be? Because 3 days before, I took the Uber in the same route and it was $35. The gas prices didn't change that much in 3 days. So anyway, thank you everybody who came to the shows in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's right. I drove from California to Las Vegas, Nevada last week on Monday with my producer, Tatiana Bluchel. We went out through the desert, which is my favorite drive. Folks, if you've never driven from California to Las Vegas, you have got to do it because it's the desert. It gets to be 105 degrees. You can step out of your car for 5 minutes, then you start choking. But you go through an area that is so desolate, yet beautiful to see. You see cactus plants, and you see like buses from the 1920, 1930, 1960s. You see mobile homes that are just jacked, and communities where nobody lives. There's actually a water park on the freeway between Bakersfield and Las Vegas that never opened. It's the desert. Who thought, where the hell are we going to get the water? Where do you get the water? You're in the desert. But that really, really exists. And you know what else exists out there, kind of when you come around the Palm Springs area, if you take that road? You'll see the dinosaurs from Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. And it's cool as shit. There's a road called Zizix, which is ZZXXZZ, something like that. And then there's Sims. And the exit Sims is where I always pull over to get lunch and beef jerky. Okay, let's talk. I love beef jerky. And this place does it right. I don't know if they're killing the cows in the back or some shit. It is just delicious. And you get 3 bags for $25 in an old school station that pumps the gas at $6.99. So I get 3 bags on the way out. I go to Vegas. I get the barbecue. I like to get the teriyaki. I like to get the spicy. It's delicious. You can get turkey. They even have salmon jerky. I don't do none of that shit. It is the best. And then you go to Vegas, and of course you can eat it in Vegas. I'm usually done with it when I pull out. And on the way out, we go to this place called the Alien Jerky, and the aliens will sell you beef jerky. Now, if this sounds ridiculous to you people who are listening and watching right now, it's because you think I'm not telling the truth. But if you go on the internet and you Google beef jerky and Route 66 to Vegas, you'll see that I'm actually telling you the truth. Look at my friends. There's Ray. Hello, Angie. Hello, Cliff. Hey, everybody. Stay tuned. We're going to have some fun. Angie, I wish you were here in the basement having some beef jerky with me and some pizza pie. You remember when people actually called it a pizza pie? Hey, don't be late. We're ordering up the pizza pie. Or my parents would say, we're getting a pie tonight. That's it. You're not getting anything else. It's all about the pie. What are we getting? A pizza pie. Look at that. How delicious does that look? And it's cold. How many people out there like pizza in the morning with coffee? I will get up early tomorrow morning, and without eating my pizza, I will dip a slice of pizza in my coffee like a Dunkin' Donut. Who's here? Angie Carrillo. What is Uber's 1800 number? 800. Wow, there it is. There's an Uber number. Uber has 24/7 local support line for general customer service, 800. However, this number isn't guaranteed to provide. Holy shit, I'm running out of battery. I'll be right back. Don't go away. Wow, that was close. All right. Somebody just typed in an 800 number for Uber. So if you guys are watching on Facebook Live, there's the answer. And I appreciate that. I'm going to call that 800 number and say, hey, man, what the fuck? Hi, Renata. How are you? Good evening, everybody. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Only live from my mother's basement. Love it. While we were in Vegas, luckily for me, 6 out of 6 shows were sold out. Thank you, everyone who came to the show. This was at the Tropicana in Las Vegas. I met a lot of great producers, and a lot of people were asking me if I wanted to do a residency in Las Vegas, and that means I would have to live out there for a little while. Might not be such a bad idea, but I would miss being here in New Jersey, and I would miss being in California. So, while I was in Las Vegas, I was also out there with a friend of mine. His name is Ronnie Marmo, and Ronnie Marmo is doing a play across the country called I'm Not a Comedian, I'm Lenny Bruce, directed by Joe Mantegna, and I got to tell you, it's fantastic. And he may be getting a residency out there again. So I've been having all the cast that's been on my show autograph the wall. There's autographs over there. There's autographs over there. So to all my celebrity friends and guests that have been on my show, please somehow make your way to the basement and autograph the wall. What I did for Ronnie is I had him autograph his brochure. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? And I'm going to tape that to the wall. Ronnie's also getting married on July 3rd. He's getting married to another guest that was on my show, Janelle Gaeta, and she autographed this piece of paper that I'm going to put on the wall as well. So thank you so much, Ronnie. Thank you so much, Janelle. You're going to be added to the wall. And I also did it with another woman who was on the show. Her name is Mary B. Janusa, and she wrote a book all about coming to the United States from Sicily. And this is the cookbook that she recently wrote. So I had her autograph the book, and I'm going to put it up on the wall as well. There is her autograph right there. I got to be like the luckiest guy in the world. I meet everybody. I'm friends with everybody that I meet. I do my best to stay in touch with everybody. And I do the right thing because you know there's a lot of assholes in this world that don't do the right thing. And it's not because they got health issues. They're assholes. So I'm bringing back that. Right now, Anna Dre, thank you so much. I wore your clothes every night in Vegas. I have a pair of pants that were created by Anna Dre right here, Upcycle Creations _27 on Instagram. And I wore them on stage, 6 out of 6 shows. So not only did we perform live Anna, I say Anna, we videotaped the show. So you're going to get a copy of me performing at a very famous place called the Laugh Factory inside the Tropicana in Las Vegas, Nevada. You're going to absolutely love it. It's all on tape. I'm going to put it up on some YouTube clips. We're going to put it on TikTok clips. You're going to get to see all of this. And I'm proud to say that I do have those development deals coming in the works. And that's why I'm saving the energy that when we're going to get together with your son and put it up on the marquee in Times Square. So thank you so much for all of that wonderful stuff. It's going to look absolutely fantastic. You need to send me a good pic of you with them. Oh, I will. I definitely will eventually. And not only the pictures, but I'm going to send you the videos of what we were doing while we were in Vegas because we made a lot of videos and they're going to be really, really cool. All right. So I'm watching the news tonight, and I guess you people must know today is the official first day of summer. So happy summer, everybody. I remember when I was younger and we had a beach house down in Belmont, New Jersey, me and my fun friends, we would call each other on the Memorial Day weekend and say happy summer. A lot of people call for Christmas and say Merry Christmas. A lot of people call for New Year's and say Happy New Year. A lot of people call for Easter and say Happy Easter. We call and say Happy Summer, boys, which meant the market was open. Now let your imagination go where it needs to when I say the market is open. But boy, did we have fun. I give anything to be 21 years old, getting in my IROC Z28, jumping on the Parkway on a Friday night, getting my ass down to Belmar when gas was only 60 cents a gallon. What is it now, $1 million a gallon? It cost me $250 to drive from California to Las Vegas. My tank in my car takes $125 on empty, $6.99 to get through the motherfucking desert. I shouldn't be cursing because I want to put this shit up on some of the sites. There's actually a site here. There's the Scotch Plains Fanwood High School site. There's the Scotch Plains site. Then there's a Fanwood site. And I was watching on the Fanwood site that some of the student council or the people on the council, the people running town, were all in agreement about letting some dogs go to a specific park. But one lady said, no, I don't want the dogs in this park. This park's for humans. So I thought that was hilarious because, quite honestly, it's a park. Where are you supposed to let the dog go? And then you can maybe just let the dog walk on a sidewalk, but there ain't no sidewalks in certain areas. It's just grass. I say we bring back the day when the dog shit on the lawn and you didn't get it for 2 days, and when you went back to get it, it was like a rock and it changed to white. I don't know how that happened, but it just turned white, like powdery. It looked like a donut. And then you kicked it. Sometimes the dog would kick it. I don't have a dog, but it's funny to watch a dog get up on his legs and just kick the shit out of his shit. All right. A lot of holes in the desert. So today's the first day of summer. I think that's great. One of the saddest things in the news today, of course, they were talking about how the specific police officers didn't run into the building fast enough to save the kids. where they were saying there was an opportunity for them to just walk right in and the door was open and they could have rushed the person and they did have enough weapons to take down the person. Why didn't do it? Well, they're blaming it on the security guard, which I believe is like a police security slash guard, that he didn't act fast enough. Now, I'm not going to make any light of this subject because if my kid was in that school and I happen to be by the school and I could do something about it, I'd have just kicked the cop in the nuts and took his gun and said, I'm going to go save my kid. You wait right here. So I guess maybe at this particular school they couldn't achieve that goal. But if that ever happened in this area, I can tell you right now, there'd be parents tackling the cops going, give me the fucking gun, asshole. I'll take care of this shit myself. And it would have gotten done. But they're saying it's the one guy's fault for not leading the brigade the right way. Now, I question it this way. You ever go to the airport? And in the airport, there's these lines and people are being checked for God knows what. And you look at these security guards and you gotta say to yourself, if there was shit going down, which one of these security guards is even healthy enough to do anything? Because they're so out of shape, they're so overweight, they act like a bunch of pompous asses, nobody's nice to anybody, they hardly even look at the identification. So you feel like going, if shit went down right here at this airport, which one of these idiots would actually be able to make anything happen? I would trust one of the people who work on the planes faster than I would the security guards at the airport, especially in Newark Airport. It looks dangerous. They're like, take your shoes off. I'm like, you take your shoes off. And besides, I got flip-flops. What the hell are you people talking about? Just something that I'm observing. I hope you guys are listening. And then, of course, we watched bombs dropping in Ukraine. And they're saying the second American got killed in Ukraine, which is really, really sad. I'm sure there's a lot of Americans out there too. But if you're standing in an area that's being blown up, maybe it's not such a good idea to be in that area. It's really, really sad what's going on in the Ukraine. And I hope that ends really, really soon. But it ignites me, especially when I'm watching what's going on here in the United States, and of course what's going on with the talks of the insurrection, that I should actually run the country so I could settle all of this shit. Then I'll go to the Ukraine and say, hey, listen, you want us to help you rebuild? We can. I know a few people. That's what I'm thinking. What else was I watching? Oh, yeah, I'm getting fat. There's nothing I could do. I love food. I tried today. Today for breakfast, I had oatmeal. As soon as I was done with the oatmeal, I'm saying to myself, okay, I'm screwed because I'm hungry. This oatmeal did nothing for me. I feel like I didn't even eat anything. In about an hour from there, I said to myself, well, I got to have something. So I scrambled 3 eggs. I didn't put anything on the eggs. I didn't have any bread. I just ate the eggs. And I'm like, if this is protein, I still feel lightheaded. So I went on the morning walk. I did some push-ups. I did some sit-ups. Well, I didn't do any sit-ups. I did some push-ups. I didn't do any push-ups either. I actually just did some curls. That's all I did. I did curls, right? And then I walked because I do the morning walk. But I walked to the Quick Check and got a pork roll, egg, and cheese on a hard roll. But I walked. This is the problems I'm going through. And then I see in the news there was these people that were trying to teach you how to eat pizza the way you really should. And that is with a knife and fork. Because if you eat with a knife and fork, you can make squares out of your pizza so that you can have a piece of every flavor in the pizza in one mouthful. Now, I should have been there to just crack these people in the head because there's only one way to get all the taste of a slice of pizza in one bite. You fold it like a gentleman and you bite your fucking pizza. I'm not going to bite it right now because I'm talking to you, but look, how easy is that? And you know this is good pizza because it's not dripping oil. Look at that. Look at that. Actually, a little oil wouldn't be so bad, but this is the best. And I tell you what, you know when you really do have good pizza? When you bite it like this and you tilt it like that and all the oil goes down your arm. That's living large. And then you have your Coca-Cola. But I'm not going to have that right now because I don't want to burp while I'm on the phone. In the news today, something that I thought was great, a place I've been to many, many times. It's one of the most visited tourist attractions in the world. Anybody? Anybody? Anybody. The most visited tourist attraction in the world. Millions per year. Anybody? Nope. Alcatraz. Here it is, 60 years later, that the escape of those three guys from Alcatraz is still a wonder. And they talked about how this one guy at 82 years old wrote to his family to say, I'm dying of cancer. If they could let me go, I'll come home. I'll explain what happened. And you guys can give me some medication because I have cancer. And it said the other two guys are in their 90s if they were even alive. Wouldn't that be the greatest story ever? To bump into the guy who escaped from Alcatraz, the guy who Clint Eastwood played. They made that fake head. They dug their way out. And just to say to him, where the hell did you go? I think that would be great. I would love to talk to those guys. There were two brothers and the Morris guy. And I think that's the guy that Clint Eastwood played in Escape from Alcatraz. A lot of people talking about gun control, of course. It's the big, big topic. Now it's going to be one of these bipartisan things where everybody gets along and says, this is the way we'll do what we do. I really wish they wouldn't use big names like bipartisan. Not everybody knows what bipartisan means. I think they just say, we're all going to agree on this motherfucker. That is good for the average person. Hey, Jersey, Melbourne, how are you? It's nice to see you guys. Well, anyway, background checks, and they're going to say that not most of these shootings are done by people with mental health problems. You think, wow, did they have to research that? Did we pay people to come up with that? I bet you we did. You're saying that most of the guns and the violence is done by people who don't have mental health issues. No shit. I would say they have anger issues or money issues. One of the number one reasons why somebody shoots is because they're mad at somebody. No shit. I thought it was definitely because they just happen to have a gun. I know what I'm saying is a little crazy, but it does make a little bit of sense. I guess testing is really not that big of a deal anymore. However, I was actually going to give myself a COVID test on the show tonight to show you guys how a COVID home test is actually taken. But it's kind of messy. I'm sorry, somebody wrote in. I'm going to take in some questions. Stick around, stick around. We talked about my Uber. Oh, and did you see this? The dog from the Stephen Colbert show. I forgot what the dog's name is, but they took him in there as a joke, and they all got arrested. Personally, with all the shit that's going on in the world today, and all the violence and all the scary shit that's going on, to joke around about the insurrection was in bad taste. Sorry, Stephen Colbert. Back up, man. That is bad. When we bring that little jokester dog with the cigar, not me. I don't think that was cool. I'm reading my notes because I watched a lot of TV today. Oh, they got a lot of guys that were on Trump's team that are over on the dais now talking about, making themselves look good, but they were afraid of Trump because he was the president. So they basically went with the flow. And now they're, as far as I'm concerned, turncoating. Or as we say in the Italian wise guy shit, they're ratting him out. I don't know. Did you see this shit? They're fucking ratting out Trump. Oh yeah, he made us do it. Eating buffalo wings with a knife and fork really confused me. Yeah, don't do that. Stick the whole piece of meat in your mouth. And of course, gas prices are way the hell up. Oh, and here's something I want to talk about too. Girls, stop doing plastic surgery. You all look alike. I'm starting to get confused. They showed in the news tonight 10 of the most botched facial surgeries on women. And I won't say any names, but these actresses from back in the day are unrecognizable. They look like creatures from outer space. If you ever want to know what your face might look like when you go under the knife, watch an episode of The Twilight Zone. When this girl comes out of the surgery, she just wants to look normal. And when they unwrap her face, she's pretty. It's all the other people that got ugly faces. Well, I don't know what the name of that episode is, but that's what your face looks like when you have your plastic surgery. There are some people out there that are too young to be having plastic surgery, and your lips look like two sausages. It's a wonder that when you talk, it don't come out twice. Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? And the face is stretched back too. I don't even know what this one lady's name is, but she really looked like she went in the ring with Tyson, and he wasn't wearing gloves. So if you think that looks good, you got another thing coming to you. That's just my take on that whole thing. So we talked about mental health. We talked about, there's a dog called Meatball. Imagine naming your dog Meatball. What if you have a cat? You name your cat Spaghetti. Spaghetti and Meatball. Hey, where's Spaghetti and Meatball? And then your wife goes, I don't know. I thought I put it on the table. That's fucking hilarious. Anybody hear what I just said? That is absolutely hilarious. All right, let's take in some questions. I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. When I'm in a bad mood, one of the easiest things for me to do to make myself happy when I'm alone at night, I smoke a little weed, or I drop a little gummy, and I watch the Andy Griffith Show. This is the show you want to watch when you're high. Mike, Uncle used to tell people, see you around like a meatball. Yeah, I don't know if I get that. My friend Joe, who disguises himself as Buena _ Sarah 1069, which nobody knows what that means. He said, my uncle used to tell people, see you around like a meatball. Hey, see you around like a meatball. Nah, I don't like it. While we were in the desert, I did an episode of G.I. Giovanni. There really was an episode in 1965 for the G.I. Joe dolls that was actually called The Secret of the Mummy's Tomb. So I did The Secret of the Mummy's Tomb with G.I. Giovanni's cousin, Downtown Ronnie. This is going to be one of the funniest videos I've ever made, especially when we were out in 105-degree desert weather on our way to Vegas, playing with a tiny little G.I. Joe doll with his real mummy. I had the real mummy. Still got some crayon marks on it. All right, there's Markland. Mr. Markland, they call him Mr. Direct out in Scotch Plains. Hello, how are you? It's nice to see you. Carolyn D, hello, it's nice to see you. Thank you so much. Massimo Batista, who is going to be sponsoring my big tour when I get to the Boca Black Box on July 29 in Boca Raton, Florida. He has a great wine collection, and now not only can you get it from him, not only can you get it from the stores in Florida, you can get it on the internet, and we're going to talk all about that when I wear his beautiful, gorgeous suit from Italy that I'm going to be wearing at the Boca Black Box on July 29, and we'll talk all about your wine. Of course, the real Juch wine, and of course, the Kabish wine, and he has 5 other wines that we're going to love to talk about. Angie's asking if I'm playing in Seaside. I'm actually performing in Seaside Heights on August 5th. August 6th, I'll be in White Plains, New York at the White Plains Performing Arts Center. And on August 7th, I will be at one of my favorite places to perform, the Surflight Theater in Long Beach Island, New Jersey. Happy summer, Renata. You didn't say shit. Yeah. Rocco, I'm coming back to Florida. July 29, Boca Black Box. White doggy dude. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm so glad you guys are all writing in like this. My friend Nick Aquino, who is out in Florida too. Nick, don't forget, I'm coming to Boca Black Box. Did you hear about the idiots that gave floor cleaner to children by mistake, thinking it was milk? It was in a preschool in Alaska. This world is going nuts. I'm really not familiar with that, but that is unbelievably stupid. I remember there was nothing wrong when I went to grammar school. There was nothing wrong when I went to middle school. There was nothing wrong when I went to high school. Your biggest fear was you were going to have to stay after class and clap erasers. And the eraser dust went up in the air. eggs, pork, loin sandwich. Do you have a gallbladder left? No. I actually had my gallbladder removed about 2 years ago. I didn't even know I was allowed to take it out. But evidently you don't need a gallbladder. No. A bladder? Wait, what did I have removed? A gallbladder. You got a lot of gall. No, I don't. Eddie Gambino, Mike, you should have called me. I would come get you for $30. Yeah, wow. I think I will next time. I can't believe I spent $94 on an Uber. Son of a bitch. Tina Mortorello, hello from Vegas. Tina, I was just in Vegas. I did 6 shows at the Tropicana. Where were you? Appendix. No, I still got my appendix. They burst, but I toughed it out. Oh, that is hilarious. All right. Who let the dogs out? All right, let's get some more questions, guys. Melanie Minetti, gallbladder. Nice to see you. All right, anybody got any questions for tonight's show? All you have to do is go on Mike Marino Live and visit my YouTube channel. And thank you, everybody who bought shirts today. I don't know what happened, but there was like a blitz of Marino 2024 shirts that went out this morning when I was doing the morning walk. I was actually doing the morning walk headed to the post office. My phone was binging, 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 so I went all the way back to my house, got some more shirts, and put them in the mail. So thank you so much, guys, for doing that. And when you do subscribe to my newsletter, I do see what you're doing, and I appreciate that. As soon as you do it, it pops up on my internet right away. Do you see pork roll, egg, and cheese out west? Heard you can ship pork roll. I'm a nurse, Mikey. Well, thank you. Maybe you can help me out. We got a question here from my friend Chin's Surf Cafe. You cannot get pork roll in any other state but New Jersey for whatever weird reason. However, you order it from New Jersey and they'll mail it to you. You can either get it in little square boxes like you get at the supermarket, or you can get them in these big fucking chunks like this, and then you mail it to wherever you're going and you live like a king. Now, someone just said they're a nurse, so let's pretend we really don't have that much. And it is Taylor Pork Roll. If you read the box, it says Taylor Pork Roll. So I don't know what the real theory is on the whole thing. I'm just going to go once again and say Kleenex tissue, Kleenex tissue, Scott tissue, store brand tissue, Taylor Pork Roll. I don't even know what Taylor ham would be. Jeff, how you doing? I plan on getting up in the morning. I was given a free pass for 30 days to go to LA Fitness, and I still haven't gone. I think my pass is almost up. But I'll go tomorrow morning when I'm done eating this beautiful slice of pizza and do another shout out to our sponsor for tonight's show, Regina's Pizza in Akron, Ohio. You too can sponsor Mike Marino Live. All right, so I think that's pretty much everything that I needed to cover tonight. I really hope gas prices come back down. I have a funny feeling we are never going to see that again. How do you go to $7? What would you come down to? $6? Would anybody even be happy if gas prices dropped $1 and you'd be like, oh, thank God? It went up, I would say, $2.50 in 6 months, if that sounds accurate. That's pretty brutal, especially if you live in a state where there's massive traffic, because you're not even using the gas to get anywhere. You're using that gas to sit still and piss yourself off. Actually, that's another thing I wanted to mention. A kid died because his parents left him in the car in Texas, and the kid got overheated by sitting in the car, and he passed away. How the fuck do you not know your kid's in the car? How many times does that have to happen? Could you imagine going into a store and you come back out and your kid's gone? I mean, passed away. That's the mental health problem. Knuckleheads. Angelo, how you doing? Hey, Mike, will you be going to Festa Italiana in Fairfield this Sunday? Well, that's a mouthful. Unfortunately, I will not be able to go because I'm going out on tour Friday morning. But if you are in the state of New Jersey, one of the funnest festivals in town in Fairfield is the Italian Festa Italiana And I can tell you right now, my friend Biagio is going to be performing out there. He's going to be singing. And also, the Uncle Louie Variety Show will be there. So if you're going, make sure you tell my friends that I said hello. And what better place to go on a beautiful summer night on a Sunday when it's cooling off, an Italian festival. You can get the Zappalas, you can get the meatball sandwiches, you can get Regina's Pizza, you can get a slice of pizza, you can get whatever you want. Wish they shipped pork roll overseas. Why, Chin Surf, where are you? We have a Regina's Pizza in the north end of Boston where I live. All right, Janet, get out there. Get yourself some slices. Make that happen. I actually have plain slices down here, but there's meatball in that box, and I'm going to go get some of them in a little while. Listen, I got to get going, folks. We've been chatting for a good solid 40 minutes. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me in the basement while I'm hanging out down here by myself. Another big shout out to my sponsor. I thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, go to Regina's Pizza or pizzaregina.com and check out what these guys do. They actually donated a lot of pizza during the pandemic to some of the people who work the front lines, like doctors and nurses in hospitals throughout Akron, Ohio. So why not pay them a little bit of a visit? You can go on the internet, log on to reginaspizza.com or pizzaregina.com. Hey folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.